A lot more to get into, starting it off with the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Network of Uganda, which has announced its 2025 Mandela Day campaign that is dedicated to supporting the Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped. Now, joining us this evening, we have Mr. Bugingo, Don Patrick, who is the president of the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Network of Uganda. As you might already know, on the 18th of July, it is widely celebrated or globally celebrated is Nelson Mandela Day. Welcome, Don Patrick. Now, let's start it off with the vision behind the network itself, the Mandela Washington Alumni Network. What is it and how are you involved?
Yes, thank you. Firstly, the Mandela Washington Fellowship is the flagship initiative by the US government's Young African Leaders Initiative. And the idea behind it is to see how we can be able to empower emerging young African leaders through education and training in the United States. So in Uganda, we are proud to have a network of around 300 fellows in different sectors like business, entrepreneurship, innovation, governance, health, and all of these are impacting society in their unique ways. So for 10 years it's been existing, and we are happy to be leading in unique ways. It's only a privilege of mine to serve as the president of this network.
Well, you are definitely leading in many ways. One of the ways is giving back, which is something that I believe Nelson Mandela would have wanted. Why would you choose the Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped? Why did you choose that for the Mandela Day focus?
Yes, firstly, Mandela Day is an international celebration for 18th July every year. Now, when you look at Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped, it's more than a school. It's a sanctuary of hope. This is a school that has served children living with disabilities for more than 55 years. And when you look at the purpose and the values that really the school abides by or lives by, it's exactly what the spirit of Mandela calls upon us to do through service, dignity, and looking at the underserved communities or those that could be marginalized. And even more powerfully, one of our very own alumni of the network, one Victor Narule from the 2019 fellowship, is a product of this school. She was a pupil at the Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped. And years by, today she's a national leader and she's actually serving on the school's board. So a story like Victor is a testament to the fact that what's the possibility when inclusion meets opportunity? And we think that our chance is to give more Victors an opportunity to rise.
In that case, what exactly will you be doing at the school? How are you giving back to the school itself?
So the Mandela Washington Fellowship has spearheaded a campaign, an accessibility campaign to improve the conditions at the Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped. 55 years in existence, you can imagine what the infrastructure looks like. You can imagine what the feel is like at the school. So what we are doing is to rally different partners and call on to the corporate world, executives and leaders, and even individuals, to look at how we can support the school and look at the needs that the school has. One, being infrastructure needs. Secondly, the school is in need of a van to transport these young learners for therapy and specifically hydrotherapy. You could look into the specifics like scholastic materials. It could be items that could allow the school to be in better position to provide these very conditions. In a call like Nelson Mandela's, it's ours to look at communities and areas like Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped to be able to support them. And as much as it has been here for a while, it is a true testament and a story that lives to determine purpose and resilience. And that's the reason as to why the Mandela Washington Fellowship is on board. The target, to raise 100 million shillings towards the accessibility campaign under the theme, Building Hope, One Future at a Time.
Now, tell me, who exactly is allowed to be part of this campaign? I know there's several partners. Can you tell us a little bit, just briefly about those partners and who can participate in this particular campaign?
So firstly, I'd like to thank and pass a message of appreciation to all our partners. And these include the US Mission in Uganda, South African High Commission in Uganda. We are very, very grateful to Next Media for being the official media partner of this campaign. Crown Beverages is the official media beverage partner, and we've also had more partners like the Nelson Mandela Foundation in South Africa, which has endorsed this campaign. We can't help but greatly appreciate the Mandela Group of companies, which has allowed us to drive towards infrastructure and many more, including Read to Learn, Reach a Hand. And to us, the call is to you as individuals and organizations. You can reach out to us and allow us to be part of this cause together with you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's Bugingo Don Patrick, who is the president of the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Network of Uganda.